What's up everyone, it's Caddy with MoneyVest. So in this video, we are going to be talking about the first week of 2024. I'm back in my home in Dubai. It is so good to be back. It is the first day of the year, and I want to wish you and your family a very, very, very happy new year and an amazing year ahead, full of amazing stuff, including health and wealth and prosperity. Hope this year brings you a lot of peace and a lot of success in your personal and professional lives. And as always, if you enjoy these videos and find them helpful, make sure that you drop a like. And I'm really, truly grateful for each and every one of you who's part of our MoneyVest community. We've got some big stuff planned this year with the launch of our moneyvest.com website, and of course a lot of members only private content that's going to be added to the library of videos that we've had on our Patreon and Discord. So definitely do check that out. Link's going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board. There is a 16% annual discount that I did extend for a couple more days for New Year's. So all the links are going to be down below if you want to join. So this is going to be a very, very important unemployment week because we do have the ADP numbers, we have the JOLTS numbers, we've got the employment situation, all that stuff coming out. It's the first Friday of the month, so that is going to give us a little bit more insight into how strong and resilient the employment numbers are, basically how resilient the jobs market is over in the US. So a couple really important sort of indicators and economic reports that I want to point out to. The first one, PMI manufacturing final. So this right here is the Purchasers Managers Index. And this, again, if it dips below 50, is a little bit more on the concerning side because that definitely tells us that the economy is contracting a little bit. However, we have seen couple prints below 50, but the economy continues to kind of plug along at a very, very strong, rapid rate of growth. And of course, the jobs market continues to be very strong. So it's not a hard and fast rule that if it dips below 50, that means a recession. Not really, but yes, it does suggest that investors are sort of like economy is contracting a little bit because the Purchasers Managers Index essentially is a survey of all the managers and of course with respect to their purchasing power and of course how many orders and inputs are they putting in. So if that contracts a little bit, that's going to be a bit of a concern, but like I said, it's not a hard and fast rule. Construction spending is going to be another one. And then, of course, we've got the big JOLTS numbers that tells us how many job openings there are on Wednesday, January 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we've got the ADP employment report. That's very, very important, 8:15 a.m. on Thursday, January 4th. And the big employment situation that comes out on the first Friday of the month on Friday, January 15th. JOLTS numbers, consensus is 8.75 million job openings. So if you come over here, right now we're at 8.73, so you can see the prior number was 8.73, the consensus 8.75, so a slight increase in the number of job openings. So 8.75 is going to keep us at that ratio of 1.39, and this number has of course come down from a significant 2.5 to now under 1.4. So what this basically means is how many job openings there are per every unemployed person. So right now 1.39 simply means that for every one unemployed person, there's a little over one job available for them. This number, of course, was at over 2.5, like I said earlier. So for every one person unemployed, at one point, there was over two jobs available. So that is a very resilient, very tight, very strong labor market. And the Federal Reserve wants to see some weakness in the overall jobs market. They want to see some softening in the labor market. Those are their words. And they do that by unemployed persons basically going up or JOLTS coming down or both happening simultaneously. Because if you take a look at JOLTS, if they come down to, let's say, 6, now you've got this ratio at under 1. If unemployed person increases to 8, now once again, you've got this number coming down to close to 1. If you have both of them happening at the same time, this number going down to 8, this number going up to 7, once again, this ratio is going to come down. So that's exactly what the Federal Reserve wants to see before they start to feel a little bit comfortable that, okay, their interest rates are indeed putting an impact or putting some type of pressure in the overall labor market. So consensus for JOLTS 8.75, ADP non-farm payrolls at 115,000 jobs added in the month of December. That's going to be the consensus. And this right here is the main report, which is basically the employment situation, the actual non-farm payrolls. That's going to be 158,000. The unemployment rate expected to stay steady at 3.8%, with private payrolls 127,000, manufacturing payrolls 5,000. And of course, we've got the average hourly earnings at 0.3% and average hourly earnings on a year-over-year basis at a little bit under 4% as well. And the average work week at 34.4 hours for the U.S. economy, for the U.S. labor market as well. Now, unemployed persons is perhaps going to be the most important indicator this right here. And the way to find that out is simply going over to bls.com, bls.gov actually. That's the government website. And all you have to do is basically go over to subjects, and then we're going to go over to national unemployment rate. And then, of course, all the way down here, we're going to go to read more. And then this opens up this chart, and then boom, right here, civilian unemployment is what we're looking for. Hit go, and now you will have a much better and clearer understanding of how many people are currently unemployed on an actual people basis, right? So right now we're at 6.29. That's 6.29 million people currently unemployed, right, in the U.S. From all the people that are participating to actually actively seeking jobs, 6.29. So if this number starts to go up, right now you'll notice that it's been pretty flat. It's been around 5, 6, 6.1, 5.9. It's been very, very flat. The moment this starts to creep up is the moment when it starts to become a little bit more problematic. Similar to what you'll notice happened back in 2007, 2008. It was at 6, 7 million, and then slowly, steadily kind of crept up, and then eventually skyrocketed all the way up to as much as 15 million. So if you come to this spreadsheet, you'll notice that during 2008, 2009, this number, of course, was very, very high, which led to unemployed persons reaching a peak of over 15 million, settling in at around 8.4. Oh no, actually, this is the dot-com bubble that I'm looking at. This right here is the great financial crisis, 15.4, as you can see. So that's the peak of that number, and which, of course, led to unemployment rate jumping up to over 10%, which was a full-blown recession, in fact, a global recession for the markets, for the economy all over the world. So this, again, is a worst-case scenario, especially from a recession standpoint. And this is the Federal Reserve, kind of is going to be on high alert that they don't want to cause this problem. And if they do, they're going to be very much forced to cut interest rates back down to 0% to basically stimulate growth and support the economy and lower the cost of borrowing. But we're not there yet. So one of the most leading indicators are going to be, of course, the initial jobless claims, which also do come out this Thursday. And then, of course, the unemployed persons, which are going to be one of the leading indicators for how strong the overall economy and the labor market really is. So keep in mind, that is going to be a very, very important sort of metric to follow. And now going over to the S&P 500. So SPX did see a little bit of a pullback on Friday, and we are starting off the year being very, very overbought and being very concentrated with Magnificent Seven. So got to be on high alert. I am optimistic, but I'm also cautious at the same time. So I'm cautiously optimistic, as I've mentioned before. Resistance all the way up to 4,800. So this right here is going to be that all-time high for the S&P, less than 1% away. And support level is going to stay put at 47.27, all the way down to 4,600 for the S&P, with the NASDAQ here, of course, also coming down on Friday. Support level is going to stay put at 14,600 to as low as 14,400, with a resistance all the way up to 15,400 for the NASDAQ as well. So hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, Patreon, Discord link's going to be down below for our Excel spreadsheets, my watch list, my entire fair values, members only videos, Discord channels, buy and sell alerts, options alerts. Everything's going to be included with the link down below. We'd love to have you on board. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, make sure that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video.